I shouldn't have to do this, but I'm doing it for my kids. I suppose I'll keep going until the fire in my belly has gone, but it's definitely not going.
He's been at the school now, he's just completing his first year, and he's just done amazingly well. I couldn't have asked for a better start for him.
When you're teaching children and young people who haven't really been given a chance elsewhere. They've been sort of left to the side and thought, well, yeah, that's fine. They could be looked after by the state. Yeah, they don't have any future. Well, they do when they come here. Yeah.
Anna Kennedy is not rich, she's not a politician, nor is she a businesswoman. Instead, she's a mother whose 2 sons were diagnosed with autism and were rejected from 26 schools.
I suppose you've got to be a certain type of person, and you've got to. What I do is I don't take no for an answer. If I don't find the answer at one route, I'll go somewhere else to make sure I'll find the answer that I need or I want or that the children need or want. So I suppose I'm known as the driver within the company, and I hate going to meetings about meetings. I like to see actions and if we're going to do something, let's get on with it.
12 years later, and after a lot of hard work, Anna is opening her second school.
I'm at the Baston House School for the opening ceremony, where there will be a brand new school for autistic children in this area. Let's see what's going on inside.
Baston House is an independent special school for children aged between 5 to 16 who are autistic or have a diagnosis of Asperger syndrome, and it is based in Bromley in Kent. Journalist Esther Ranson is the school's patron, and there is a dedicated team in place to support the children.
What we aim to do, more than anything, is to provide the right environment for children with autism to learn. They find sort of normal, if you like, mainstream environments, generally speaking, very difficult places to learn. There's often many people, crowded environments, noisy environments, very distracting environments. And we're trying to provide them with a very calm environment where there's plenty of room, where they have their own space.
However, Anna is still battling.
There's still parents and children that are struggling to try and get the right type of support, either within education or within care or within respite. It was 1997 that I started struggling with Patrick and Angelo, and still in 2011 that we've got parents that are fighting the system.
And Anna is not the only mother who has had a fight on her hands.
Actually had to go through a court hearing and a tribunal as well to actually confirm his place here against our local authority, who wanted to keep him in a mainstream school where he was sort of failing and having issues of anxiety and problems with school. But thankfully we won the day, and he's happy here, and that's the main thing.
Baston House seem to have got it right, with many happy parents.
We have a lot of contact with parents, and that to me is absolutely essential. We need to work consistently as carers and teachers so that the children know there's a consistent approach, and so they feel safe and secure, so that we all use the same strategies. So we're in contact with parents daily through contact books, through telephone calls. Parents can come in any time they want to speak to us if they want to. We have frequent meetings and telephone calls with parents, and we've recently had an Ofsted inspection, and the parents completed questionnaires which were all very positive about the school.
However, Anna is not about to get complacent and still has a lot more that she wants to give.
Because I'm speaking to so many parents, Facebook, Twitter, Anna Kennedy Online, there's about 25,000 people that follow me. They're saying, Anna, you're the voice for us, you fight the corner for us, and that's what I am doing.
Baston House is in fact what parents and children alike need in this area.
Now, having the opportunity of a school like Baston House that's on my doorstep was like a dream come true, really, and it gave me as a parent another option, and I think that's what we look for. We need choices and we need options, because there's not a lot out there.
Anna is not alone in her fight. There are many other parents with a similar story. Sally Petit also endured similar trials and tribulations that Anna did to get her child the education and support that he deserves. However, like Anna, she battled through it and had a successful outcome.
It's so easy to give up, and it's a long process, but once you get the other side of the process and you get the result that you actually want, then you kind of feel relieved.
And it's not just from other parents that Anna has received admiration for her efforts.
It just shows what can be done when you've got the determination not to have doors slammed in your face, not to be overwhelmed by bureaucracy and by the system, but to fight for what you really believe ought to be the best for your children. And after all, that's what the driving force has been. Patrick and Angelo, her own two sons, were obviously the inspiration for really getting involved. And I thoroughly admire Anna Kennedy, and I don't suppose there are enough people like Anna.
The success of Baston House School has taken a long time to come. It is only after 12 years of hard work that this has been made possible. Anna has also joined forces with Hillcrest Autism Services, based in West London, which provides facilities for individuals with an autistic spectrum condition. Anna's first school, Hillingdon Manor, was set up 12 years ago by Anna and her husband Sean. After their sons Patrick and Angelo were turned away from 26 schools, they decided to remortgage their house. They raised funds through charities, businesses, banks and individuals. And after a hard fight, they managed to open the school in 1999 to 19 students.
Now we've got 130 children that come to the school, and we can cater for 150. We could sort of be at 150 now, but we're doing it as a gradual intake. It's split over 3 sites. We have a primary, we have a secondary, and we have a sixth form. And we're one of the largest schools for children with autism in the United Kingdom.
To achieve all she set out to do, Anna has had to bring together children, parents, teachers and professionals to improve the quality of life for students all around London. But even after all she has achieved, Anna refuses to take the credit many would agree she deserves.
I'm not proud of me, I'm proud of the students, I'm proud of the staff. I've got a fantastic team of managers. I couldn't do it without them. What I do is I give them the tools to do their job. There's no point in me, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a vocational training officer. What I do is I fight for the services for them.
Meeting Mustasha Chabab, Deputy Head of Hillingdon Manor School, it would seem Anna has certainly inspired him and provided him with the tools he and his team needs to make the school grow, inspire the students to be the best they can be, and educate them to the best of their ability.
I love my work at Hillingdon Manor School. I've loved it ever since I started here. Whatever role I was taking on, whether it was supporting pupils on a one-to-one basis, whether it was as a teacher, as a manager, overall looking at the qualifications that the people are getting. I love this job. I suppose that in the long-term view, I really enjoy this job in terms of looking at what the pupils have achieved or what the pupils can achieve through coming to this school. The pupils that we look after, the pupils that we care for and educate are pupils that have been let down by the mainstream system. They're pupils that are considered to be sort of either unintelligent or don't have the ability to succeed in life. When they come here and seeing them growing up and developing into young men and women who are able to lead futures where they can be independent, where they can look after themselves, not rely on benefits, not rely on people having to look after them, but have maintain good, steady jobs or even further their education, just means that actually we're making a huge difference, or I'm involved in a system, in a school that's making a huge difference in the lives of these young people. And that makes it all really, really rewarding, really, really pleasing.
There are over 500,000 people with autism in the UK. That's 1 in 100. Together with their families, that's over 2 million people whose lives are touched by autism every single day. Also, at present, it is estimated over 40% of children with autism have been bullied at school, and that 1 in 5 children with autism have been excluded. It is also believed over 50% of children with autism are not in the kind of school their parents believe would best support them. That is why there is such a need for specialist schools like at Hillingdon Manor and Baston House. Parents can often feel alone in their battles and like they are not giving their children what they need and they deserve, but that's not the case. and their story needs to be told.
Well, I think it's a very common story. I mean, when I was going through it, I did actually feel as though I was the only person in the world that this was happening to, because you do sort of close ranks and try and fight the system, and you just feel as though you have to do everything on your own and you're in a tunnel. But it was a very difficult time for us. Our primary aim, like all parents, is to ensure that he's as independent as he can be. He's not a burden on the state in the future, and he can look after himself and have a really happy, fulfilling life.
Tally Northey's son now attends Hillingdon Manor, but Tally did have to fight the local authority to prove that he needed to attend a specialist school. After a long battle, Tally won, and the positive results are already clear to see.
He's been at the school now, he's just completing his first year, and he's just done amazingly well. I couldn't have asked for a better start for him. He's actually happy to engage with other people now. He's not scared of being in places where there are a lot of people. He's actually initiating conversation now, which he never did before. And he's got friends, which was the biggest thing. He's fallen in love. And it's just, all the things we ever wanted, he's now doing. Things that we were told that he would never do, he's doing.
And once the children finish at Hillingdon Manor School, Anna has set up the Hillingdon West London College in Uxbridge, which prepares students for life outside of school. While continuing their development and education, it also makes their transition into the outside world an easier one. The college is flexible and provides students with an opportunity to attend as frequently or infrequently as they wish. Also, by the dedicated staff tending to each of the students' specific needs, the change and development in their education can be made pleasurable and set them up for the rest of their lives.
The transition process is really, really important for the guys with autism, because they do not like change. We don't like change, so you can imagine how much of an issue it is for guys with autism. So if we can dilute that experience in any way possible. So what we've tried to do with the people that are transitioning across to us is use for the first few weeks their school timetable. We can't do anything about them having to change a building, that has to happen, but if anything we can keep the same for them, we will.
The students certainly appreciate this facility, and the flexible system seems to work. Student Stephen Allen is on the autism spectrum and attends the college once or twice a week. He is currently moving into his own flat, and he visits to socialise with his friends and receive support and advice for whatever he may need.
Well, it's been good. She founded the school, then obviously founded the residence, and then this site was opened last September. And the other site's more for classical autism, and this is more the Asperger and high-functioning autism back this site. So it's grown a lot since I've been here.
And it seems to still be growing. With the amount of projects Anna Kennedy currently has on the go, and those for the future, there are more big plans for educating and caring for anyone on the autistic spectrum. And there are many people who appreciate all Anna has achieved.
She's amazing. We wouldn't be here without her, nor none of the students would be here. The provision that she's worked really hard to develop and fought for, and it's not been easy, and she's not given up. She's like a terrier with a bone when she gets an idea in her head, and she makes it happen. So I think there are a lot of people that are very, very grateful to Anna.
Although all parents may not be able to set up their own specialist school, they are encouraged to fight for what they and their children deserve.
My message to other parents is, do not take anything for granted. If you know what you want, fight for it. There's advice there. Look for the right advice. Contact other parents who have been through what I've been through. There's loads of us, and we are more than willing to help other families because we know it can be done. So don't give up, and there is a better life for our children out there.
Even through times of financial strife, Anna and her team encourage parents to face and embrace any challenge, and assures them that they can get similar results to what she and other parents have achieved.
I'm saying to parents, you've got to fight, I've seen these parents now in Kent that they're looking very worn down. They believe everything that the local authority tells them because they don't know any different. So we're educating them and say, don't believe everything that they say. Everyone's looking after their pennies type of thing, and your child is not to be penalised because they have a diagnosis of autism. They're entitled to quality of education and care.
But Anna Kennedy will not stop here. Faced with a daunting task, she went above and beyond what any parent should have to do to get their child educated according to their specific needs. Now she has dedicated her life to improving the life of others. So what does the future hold?
See a third college with more people having the opportunity to access this kind of facility, of which I don't know of any more in the country that are able to work in the way that we are. We're totally person-centred. We write all our programmes around the students, around their individual needs.
To go much further with what she intends to do for people who suffer from autism and Asperger's and disorders on the autistic spectrum. So I wish her every success, and I do hope that she gets a big percentage of what she's aiming to do.
I'd love to set up a business that's purely run by adults with autism. I was thinking maybe sort of catering or something like that. That's something that I'd like to do for the future. So I've still got a lot of years in me, and still a lot of projects that I'd like to do.